Welcome to Glasgow. This is George's Square, set in the heart of Glasgow. Let me take you on an amazing tour around some of Glasgow's top attractions. Travelling in and around Glasgow can be made very easy, and just northwest here of the square you've got Queen Street Station, and a stone's throw away from that you've got Buchanan Street Underground. If you choose to walk through the square along this way to get to High Street and turn right, you will end up at Glasgow Green. Here we are on Glasgow Green, and behind me here is the People's Palace. This is a real favourite amongst Glasgow people as it traces life in the city back to the 1700s. Here we are inside the People's Palace. This is the Winter Gardens, and as you can see for yourself, it's a stunning place to see. Another thing for you to visit at the People's Palace is the beautiful Dolton Fountain. This fountain depicts Britain's 4 main colonies: Australia, Canada, India and South Africa. It is the largest terracotta fountain in the world. If you walk along this way to High Street and turn left, you'll come to one of our main attractions, which is the Glasgow Cathedral. Make sure if you're coming to visit Glasgow that you definitely come to the cathedral. It's over 800 years old and one of our top attractions. And if you look just across the square here, you have the Museum of Religion and Art. And across the road from that, we have the Province Lordship, which is Glasgow's oldest house. Here we are at Scotland Street School, which is now a museum dedicated to the world-famous architect Charles Rennie Mackintosh. The school itself was designed by Charles Rennie Mackintosh, as are many buildings in and around Glasgow. Here we are at the Glasgow Science Centre. This is a very interesting place to visit. It's very interactive and very child friendly. Within the Science Centre, we have the Glasgow IMAX and also the tower. Up in that tower, you can see almost all of Glasgow. Glasgow is a river city, and it's a great tradition to go down the water on the Waverley. This just means taking a cruise down the Clyde. The Waverley is the last ocean-going paddle steamer in the world. Here we are at Riverside Museum, essentially Glasgow's transport museum. This museum looks at the history of shipbuilding in this city. In the short time that this museum has been open, it has already won the European Museum of the Year 2013 and had 2 million visitors. At the back of the Transport Museum, you will find this amazing ship for you to visit. It's called the Tall Ship, and like most of the places that we've seen today and visited, it's a free entry. Here we are at Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum, home to many exhibits and many famous artists such as Vincent van Gogh, Monet and Salvador Dali holds his famous painting, The Crucifixion, in here. And right behind the art gallery here we have the Glasgow University, which houses the Huntorian Museum. Here we are at the Botanic Gardens, one of Glasgow's finest parks. Glasgow has more parks than any other city in Europe. Glasgow was always considered to be the second city of the British Empire. Right behind me here in Kibble Palace, it hosts many tropical plants from all over the world and many marble statues for you to see. From Queen Street Station, you can catch a train every half an hour to Edinburgh. Also from Queen Street Station, you can catch a train to Balloch in Loch Lomond. Once you get there, it is the most beautiful place, not only in Scotland, but in the entire world. Once you get to Loch Lomond, you can take a walk along the banks, or if you prefer, there are many cruises. This is by no means everything Glasgow has to offer. It's just a taste of some of the things that you might want to do when you get here. When you come to Scotland, make sure you don't miss Glasgow.